Hello chess lovers, Suren here, and in this video I want to share with you a beautiful attacking game played by the 4th world chess champion Alexander Alekhine. At the time of this game, Alekhine was the reigning world chess champion. His opponent is Icelandic champion Asmundur Asgeirsson, and the game was played in 1931 in Reykjavik. This was a clock simul and Alekhine opened up with e4. Asgeirsson responded with e6, knight c3, d5, d4. We have the French defense. Black is choosing the classical variation, knight f6, bishop g5, bishop e7, and we have bishop takes f6. Another popular alternative is e5, but in our game we have bishop takes f6. Black recaptured with the bishop. Now comes knight f3, black castles kingside, e5, bishop e7, h4, a nice move which later creates tactical possibilities, and in some lines black can even switch his rook into the attack by going for this rook maneuver. Rook e8 by Asgeirsson, which is a dubious decision. In here c5 just asks itself to be played, but in our game we have rook e8, bishop d3, and overlooking white's next threat, Asgeirsson played c5. It's too late for c5, and with this move black steps into a deadly sacrifice. I'm not even going to ask you to find the best move for white, because I'm sure that in a blink of a second you noticed this bishop takes h7, and honestly guys, I'm so surprised how could Icelandic champion overlook this move. Here is how Alekhine comments this move. The soundness of this stereotyped offer is based on the possibility of white exploiting also the central files for attacking purposes. Only the few checks on the king's side, as is easily seen, would not produce yet a decisive effect. King takes h7 by Asgeirsson, and we have knight g5 check. White is opening up the queen's diagonal. Bishop takes g5, h takes g5, discover check, king g8, and queen h5 with a direct mating threat. King f8, and we have castling queenside. White has already completed his development and is ready to destroy black king. King e7. Meanwhile, Asgeirsson is looking for a safe shelter for his king, and this time we have g6. a6, another strange move. Probably the idea is not to allow any knight b5 jumps, but guys, in typical positions, when your king is getting killed, you should not think about prophylactic moves. G takes f7 is on the board, rook f8, and this time we have d takes c5. Knight d7, another awkward square for the knight. I would have liked to see this knight on c6, but in our game we have knight d7, which steps into another deadly sacrifice. This time we have rook takes d5. Here is how Alekhine comments this move. This secures the participation of all white's forces in the final attack. By the way, I have to tell you that knight d5 is also very strong, but in our game we have rook takes d5. Black didn't dare to accept the sacrifice and played queen a5, but let's take a quick look. What if it takes d5? Then in this case, once white's knight is joining the attack, black can't save this position, and then queen e5 is coming with the threat of knight g6, checkmate. Let's go back. In our game after rook takes d5 we have queen a5 and queen g5 check. King takes f7. This time we have rook h7, rook g8, and rook d4. At any moment white's rook can join the attack from the 4th rank. Queen takes c5, and once black queen steps on c5 square, this time Alekhine went for rook takes d7 check. The black queen which stands on c5 will now allow white knight to join the attack with a tempo. A beautiful exchange sacrifice, right guys? Bishop takes d7, we have knight d4, queen b4, and knight d6 check, king f8, and now can you find mating 2? Ready? Here Alekhine played queen f6 check. I have already forgot how many sacrifices we saw in this game, but guys, this is a queen sacrifice, and this is what we all love. G takes f6 by Asgeirsson, and after rook f7 we have a brutal checkmate on the board. In his book, Alekhine calls this mating position pure. Truly a spectacular attack by Alekhine. Maybe he was even a sharper tactician than Mikhail Tal. Who knows? Who knows? But one thing I know for sure, that Black played this game like an amateur. Yes, the Icelandic champion played this game terribly. In the end, as usual, a chess puzzle for you. Please take a look at this position and try to find the winning move for Black. I will wait for your answer in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Here are more suggestions for you. Consider checking them out as well. I will see you in my next video.